Hey guys, it's Clint. Chelle's busy. She'll be here in a minute. Excuse me. Uh, we're both not really feeling very good, and Chelle's really not. She's hurting pretty bad. So, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up her Christmas present. I went ahead and I stuck the sticky crap on the inside, and I put this perfect fabric. Stay positive. It's a perfect day. I think that was actually the name of it, was Perfect. I think I have yeah, it's Wyndham Fabrics, and it is called Perfect Day. Um, we got this at our favorite quilt shop in Durango. That one, they actually have it in several kits, but we didn't have the money to buy a whole kit of it, there was several different fabrics. So this one has to be binded. I talked about it with Chelle this morning, but I just didn't feel that, the inside fabric I could have mitered to the outside of the cover. I didn't really like that idea, especially with it being this kind of a print. It's really not going to look very well, and that's one reason why I had chosen this fabric to begin with. I cut a straight edge. Sorry, my hands, it's not cut. I caused some tendonitis. I don't know. It's really sore. If I reach for something, it just sends you through the roof. So, I did, like I said, I cut this edge. It's not perfect. I don't care. I'm going to go ahead. I know I showed you guys this again on the last one. I wish I knew where my one thing was. I would show the binding tool. I just don't know where I put it. And I just don't use it that much. It takes a little bit more coordination than I've got when it comes to. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm trying to remember how her cover I'm going to go ahead and cut it just a tiny bit wider, I think. I did 2 inches on that last one. Let's do 2 1/4. And that way, the cats are meowing outside. They need fed. Unfortunately, no snow yet. We were supposed to have snow. Dang, weather kept changing their stupid forecast. It said, oh, it's going to start at 6. Oh, it's going to start at 8. Oh, wait, no, it's supposed to start at 11. Last night. Now it's not starting until sometime this morning is what they're saying. I don't know.
Hi.
There she is. So we're waiting for it. I mean, it was funny because, I have the Weather Channel on my app and said something like, oh, this much chance for this, and then, next 48 hours you're going to have a foot of snow. Then pretty soon you look back and you're waiting for the snow, and then it says next 48 hours you're supposed to have 8 inches of snow. And now it's down, in the next 48 hours we're supposed to have 4 inches of snow now. So kind of don't think things are going to happen that way. But you never know. So,
I'm going to walk for a little bit.
oh, good for you, honey. She's going to try to walk. Her neck is really bad today. Mine's been bugging me so bad lately. I don't know what I did, but who knows? Who cares? Just one of those things. So we're waiting. It is starting to get really dark out west, and that's which way it's coming. So I've already ironed it. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let me glue it. I'm gonna do a 1/4 inch. Not a 1/4 inch seam. Probably do a 1/8 inch seam this time instead of that 1/4. Oh, you mean to do it? I can do it. Here, hold on, guys. Okay, Honey Bunny is walking on the treadmill. I'm gonna try. Sorry, do the camera. Starting to. Oh, how am I going to do that? I can't really do it that way, can I? Well, I mean, okay, that's going to drive me nuts, but It's not hanging in front of the camera, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So, yeah, she thought, well, maybe she'd try to walk on the treadmill a little bit and see if that might help her neck. We'll see, of course. You just never know. Just sitting, yeah. Guys, for those of you on the Facebook page, when I'm not very good with words. You guys probably know that. Especially when I'm trying to type stuff. I'm horrible at that. There was a fire on the east slope of Colorado and in Louisville and Superior. They're neighboring towns. Superior is well over 100 years old. It was a coal mining town. There was a fire started yesterday there was two of them. One was not a big deal. The other one is the one that caused all the damage. It started at 11. At 5 o'clock, it was at 1,600 acres, and over 500 homes burned. One subdivision was completely gone, and there was over 300, I think they said 380 homes in that subdivision. There was very little warning. We had extremely high winds on that side of they call it an historic wind event. This is unheard of in Colorado. In December, especially to have a forest or a fire. The latest this morning it was up to 6,800 acres, which is not that big, but we're talking about in a town. I mean, we're not a forest where you can have 200,000 acres. So the damage is unbelievably bad. I mean, I would personally not be surprised if there's not, 1,000 homes gone. But the wind did die down last night, and they were able to fight a lot of the fires, hot spots, save some buildings, homes. They saved They saved the hospitals that were in their way. They got them evacuated. So, but please put them in your thoughts and your prayers. It is a very devastating thing. Like I said, it was they had 115-mile-an-hour winds, and it was nothing, to have 75, 80 mile-an-hour winds gust constantly. So it did stop moving last night, overnight. So just please, we are not anywhere close to that. We actually live on the other side of the state. We are on the west slope. My mom does live over on the east slope, but she's actually in over by a town named Greeley, which, oddly enough, they actually have a camera there, and you could actually see the glow from the fires from that far away, and it's well over 50 miles away.
Well, we have a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, we have a lot of subscribers. That's, Dee Dee, she lives on the east slope, up where I grew up, by where I grew up.
Danielle.
And Danielle, she lives in Colorado Springs or Castle Rock. So there are people on that side of the state. They're not in the path.
But we don't know who it is.
Right. I know there's more there that actually live in Colorado. I do, like I said, I do know that Dee Dee, she's quite a ways away. She lives where I used to be, where I grew up. And so it's a horrible, horrible thing. It's just unheard of that it even happened this time of year. And they're getting snow. They're going to start getting snow. It should be starting probably within an hour or two. We'll have some wind over there again from the cold front coming through, but that will be minimal. But yeah, he already decided to get on the counter. No, I did not kill him. I did yell at him, though. He's been a pain in the butt all day. Oh, we're going to put that shock mat on him. Shock mat down and let him jump on that once or twice. It won't kill him or anything. It won't hurt him, but it's just enough to give him a little static charge, really. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a very heartbreaking event. That's the one way I can describe it. I think that I was actually born in the town that's just north of where the fires are. There's been several communities that have been evacuated, those two towns, but also there's other towns like Broomfield was another one that was on pre-evacuation orders. But like I said, it really has stopped spreading. So I think they said they were going to let a lot of those people go back home, which is wonderful. But yeah, it's not a good thing. So, but I apologize, YouTube, on the Facebook. I know, but I'm really not good at typing. So, and Chelle was busy at the time, so I think she was watching a Hallmark video. I didn't want to interrupt her.
What was I doing?
Watching a Hallmark video, I believe.
When?
Last night when I posted that.
Oh yeah, I was doing something.
See, told you guys she was doing something. But no, it's
Hey! Animals today, guys.
yep. That side cats need fed. I just haven't got out there yet. I've been having to feed them under the car because, like I said, we ended up getting about, I don't know, 6 inches of snow. We were supposed to have, like I said, at 8 or, a foot to 8 inches to 12 inches, but that really hasn't materialized, and that happens a lot here. We are in a very odd place on this part of the state, and we don't get a lot of the moisture the other part of the state gets, but this time,
Out of a drought now?
yeah, we're actually out of the drought now, which is incredible because it was exceptional drought all year. I mean, it's been just god awful here. So, yeah, we're out of the drought now, so that's good. But yeah, it's been a rough. We're in what they call a mega drought or a super drought, so which is not a good thing. But good Lord has it, and we're gonna make it. A lot of the stuff has been, we've had droughts. This area is, it's a desert in a lot of ways. We're a high desert. I do not think this is gonna. And you know what? I screwed up anyway, guys. I did it the wrong way. Well, I'm gonna save that piece for a fabric flip. Oh Lord, let me get my.
I bet somebody was telling you.
Yeah. Hey, it was a nice one inch seam though. Did you notice how perfect I was on that one? Okay, well, let's just do this again.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, it was funny. All right, there's that. And I was doing, if I remember right, 2 1/4.
Hi, Grace.
So, we live in a very beautiful state. I love, like I said, I am a native here. Chelle isn't. She's from Texas. I gotta tell you what our niece said. We went back to see Mom.
Honey, there's some people in there from Texas.
Oh, come on. She's a Coloradoan. I can at least tell them that.
Okay.
Oh, come on. It's funny. Don't take it personal. Chelle's from Texas, so.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was hilarious myself. But, Colorado and Texans always have had this kind of, I don't know what you call it. I don't know if a beef is the right word, but they used to have tomato fights between Texas and Colorado, but they haven't done that for a while. I think I need more than that. So, but anyway, we were at the local grocery store. First of all, when we were walking up, there's this man, and he kept yelling something. And honest to God, I didn't know what the heck that man was saying. And neither did she. And it's like, we both looked at Chelle and said, "What is he saying?" And he's asking if you want a buggy.
You guys want a buggy?
boogie. And I mean, you talk about an accent. And I was like, what? That's what he was saying was a buggy? Oh, it was hilarious. It was just priceless, you know. But anyway, we're in the grocery store, and Kristen's standing there. And there was that good-looking kid at the register, and, you know, he was young, you know. And all of a sudden, Kristen, she looks at me and she says, yeah, I don't see what the big deal is about Texas. Oh my God, you should have seen the look that kid gave her. Boy, it was hilarious. Oh, it was so funny. And I was thinking, yeah, that's funny. I mean, she really did. And it was priceless. I mean, it just was a perfect, and you know, we just laughed. And I know he didn't, but it was funny. But you know, like I said, you know, I love my wife. She's from Texas. Maybe some of our Texas drivers around here, I kind of, we actually did have one anyway. That was, I think he was in a van or something. When we had that really horrible, I mean, it was a bad snow. It was, and all of a sudden CDOT calls in and says, I got a reckless driver. He's driving a gold van from Texas. And they tried catching him, but he was gone. They could not get him. That was the one going to Utah. He passed us right, you know, past the house right before it was announced. I didn't see him. I was looking out the window, but off and on. So, but yeah, he ended up he was heading to Utah that way, and they didn't get, they weren't able to catch him. But yeah, he ran several people off the road. Not a good thing. I know not all drivers are that way. Not all Texas drivers are that way. Just like they're, you know, not all drivers drive like that. This guy just seemed to have a freaking attitude problem.
Well, and truthfully, he may not have even been from Texas. It might have been one of those rentals.
Yeah, it could have been a rental. You just never know, you know, and that's the thing, you know. Every state has their crappy drivers. Not just ones from one certain state. I know some people think that, but that's not. Oh no, that's not the case, you know. We all know that. That's not the case. But yeah, but it was so funny when Kristen said, yeah, I don't see what the big deal is about Texas, because the funniest part was that kid's look on his face. And you know, he was, yeah. She said, boy, he was hot.
That's what Kristen said?
Yeah. She really liked the looks of him. But she wasn't very old. What was she, 14 or 15?
Yeah, I think she was 14. He was probably about 18.
Yeah, he was, you know, probably a teenager himself, but yeah. But yeah, it was just funny. You know, I had to tell the story. I know you guys are going to yell at me, but I don't care. Quite frankly, you know how I am. So I don't need that piece. I'm going to have to use that one for a fabric flip also. I am going to do a fabric flip for this. Chelle's supposed to do it, but she hasn't. The flip thing for this thing. Remember Gracie's picture?
Oh yeah, fabric flip.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a fabric flip. I'm going to print on some fabric for Honey Bunny. Trying to decide. I love this one photo. We shared it on the Rambling Crafter on Facebook. And it is the cutest little picture of little Gracie girl. So, but yeah, I would like to do that and put that on her cover, you know. I think that would be sweet. We all know how she loves her little Gracie girl. She's always saying how perfect she is, and I think, yeah, she ain't no angel like you say she is.
Gracie?
Yeah, she's a pain in the butt.
That's not very nice.
Oh well, deal with it, babe. Hey, I don't have to sew this one down the long ways. I can do it really quick and sew down the short end. Oh Lord, it's one of those days. I was trying to decide what color thread to use. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and go with what I already have in the sewing machine when I do the binding. I think that
You
will
didn't
be...
tell them I was gonna have that biopsy.
Oh, yeah. Chelle went and had her thingamabobber
Ultrasound.
ultrasound. And it was, what was it, 2.5 centimeters wide, but then it was like 8 centimeters deep. It's her thyroid. So she has to have a biopsy when? Next
The
week,
12th.
right? The 12th. So a week from 2 weeks, right? Yeah, it'd be 2 weeks. Or just under 2 weeks. So, and her back doctor appointment is the 7th. So please pray that she's able to get a little bit of relief from that. Good Lord willing, guys, the creek don't rise. It's so nice doing chain piecing. It really is. Okay. Now I can iron this. I really should get my other iron mat. Ow, my other mat. It's a lot longer than this one. Like I said, you guys have seen me do this on the other one, but... So if you don't want to watch it, go ahead and turn it off. I was hoping I was going to have time, but I don't know if I'll have time to do it. We'll see. I am going to spray it, but I want to get it going first before I end up spraying it. Yeah, we've been to Texas several times since we've got married. I've only been to Texas once before we got together, and that was when Dad and I walked to Texas from south of Denver. So, and that was, just in the Panhandle. So, but yeah, because that's where Chelle's family is from. It's where Bub lives and aunts and stuff live. So. Yeah, that was the first time I was in Texas was when Dad and I walked to Texas. That one's a little short, but it will be fine. I'm going to keep it the way it is. I think it'll be fine. Well, once I fold it, you won't notice that it's a little off, so it's not that big of a deal. It'll be a little bit. And I'll start on the other side anyway. So, I may not even need that much. But I thought, well, I'd go ahead and do that much. Just in case. So, man, that water thing is a piece of junk. It's such a nice bottle. That's that from, I think it's called Grove or something. Subscription. It's natural cleaners and stuff like that, and that was one of the things we bought. And it's a glass, but the plastic thing really hasn't stood up, but it is plastic, so that's probably why. Really couldn't do a different type of sprayer. I don't think you could do anything that would be anything like a metal or anything. I don't think they would work. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, I locate underground utilities. How I started was Dad and I back in 90, it was after I turned 21. So we ended up doing a depth survey on 2 high-pressure pipelines from just south of Denver to a town called Borger, Texas, in the Texas Panhandle. There was 2 crews. I ended up walking 232 miles. Dad walked more because he started before I did. And also, Dad, it was fun. It was just an awesome job. I loved it. But yeah, we ended up down by Lamar and Lahana in southeast Colorado. We ended up, our boss, he would drop off our per diem from a plane because he was a pilot, and he would fly the pipeline to look for leaks. And so he would drop the per diem out of the window have it wrapped around, on a 2x4 or something, So we ended up, the bombers that would fly down that way would use us as target practice. And I mean, you'd be out in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden you'd hear that, hear that bomber fly over you. I tell you, that would wake you up in a hurry.
You know what?
But it was a very fun job. Dad didn't. We never saw any rattlesnakes until we got to just in Oklahoma, a mile or two, and Dad, it was bitter cold. It was below freezing. And he stepped onto a road, and all of a sudden you hear it, and see him dancing on one foot, and a string of cuss words, and the snake holding onto his boot. So I was 100 foot away. We had a 100-foot tape measure. Oh Lord, she's up on the treadmill with her mother, Gracie. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was. So I was.
She's just walking around, like she belongs there.
I ended up. Went and ran and grabbed the shovel out of the car. Ended up killing the rattler. But yeah, it was quite the event, that's for sure. But it was neat. We ended up walking on the Santa Fe Trail part of the way. We ended up getting in Boise City, which is spelled like Boise, Idaho, but it's Boise City. We ended up getting stuck there in a blizzard in the motel room for I think 2 weeks. We couldn't leave the motel room except to walk to the restaurant across the parking lot. So it was an experience, that's for sure. This is a time-consuming thing. That's one thing I was gonna tell you guys. I know that. The way I did it with the cat, I could have traced it, but I actually didn't have any of the things to trace it with. I have done that in the past. And really, I think, you guys, you gotta stop and think, yeah, it was hard for me to do, and it was tedious, but the thing is, too, is I was sewing on a hand crank sewing machine. By the way, speaking of Ida Red, today is her birthday.
Happy birthday, Ida Red.
Yeah, I was gonna throw a party, but we haven't left the house for a whole week, so yeah, I didn't have a chance to get any cupcake or anything. I was gonna give her an oiling can for her birthday, but I didn't get that wrapped up either because I had other things going on. But yep, today it's 105 years old. Isn't that amazing? And it looks like it's 80. Not really. It actually looks pretty good. We have one. Whoever used this sewing machine took very good care of it. And it was well used, but they took very good care of it. I've seen them where they weren't used as much, and like their decals are better, but yet there'd be more corrosion, because they weren't taken care of as well as this one was. And I try to take very good care of it for the next person that gets it, whoever that is going to be. Hopefully they'll cherish it as much as I do. I hope, at least. I know it's weird to say she was born on, but yeah, but 104 years old. That just blows me away when you stop to think that my hands are using a sewing machine that's 105 years old, and how many hands have touched it before me, and like I said, after me. So yeah, whoever gets it after me, I hope they do cherish it and take good care of it, not just let it sit and not be used. We do have that treadle sewing machine, and I am planning on using it sometime this winter, but we'll see if I can do that. But yeah, so Chelle's appointment is on the 7th, so please pray that the doctor appointment or the back doctor goes good. Oh, Sis, she got her. I don't know if she had an MRI, but she found out because her back's been hurting ever since her surgery. Her knee replacement surgery. She had that small stroke. She's got degenerative disc syndrome. So she's in a lot of pain. She just found that out yesterday, I think, what it was. So, like I said, please pray for her autopsy. That was not the right word to use. Her autopsy. She can't hear me half the time, so. Yeah, to me, this part's the tedious part. I enjoyed sewing the cat, truthfully. It's a challenge, but to me, I think it's awesome to be challenged. That way, you don't ever become stale. It's not always just a mundane existence. It's always learning. So I'm it's fun to do that. I have the other one. I need to find the one I did, the Old Man Winter, and I'm not done with it yet. I have to use the zigzag machine on it, and I just don't have one right now except for Chelle, so I ain't using it. But I actually did use the stencil on it. I cut it out using that one. What thing is that it cuts out? Not a Cricut. What is that? Honey.
Or what?
What's that machine that cuts things out, but it's not a Cricut?
Scan and cut?
That's it. Scan and cut. We have Scan and cut, and that's what I actually did the Old Man Winter on when I did it. I just cut a stencil out of some plastic and turned it into. That way, I was able to do the pattern.
Hey, I'm gonna stop at 30 minutes. That's enough for
Yeah, I don't think you really want to do too much, babe. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to need all this, but we'll see, Yeah, I'm glad I did go with a little bit of a wider binding. I think that's going to make it look better. Because it is a little thicker than a normal cover would be, so.
I know, Bubba.
Cats are wanting their food.
We need to put a piece of plexiglass up here.
Yeah.
Because it's just cardboard.
Okay. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to iron this, and then that way I'm not wasting time. Honey Bunny finished that binding up for me real quick. I am going to round the edges on this one like I did the other one. Boy, it's windy here. Windy and really, really cold. That wind chill's getting pretty. So it must be blowing in that storm finally.
I walked.
Yeah, she ended up walking, so she just got done with that. She didn't do very much.
30 minutes.
So.
Not too bad, because usually I don't do anything.
No, it's
for real.
harder. I know. Let me guess, little bud.
No, it's fat.
Oh.
Barbara too.
Oh, Lily Mae. Isn't that amazing how fat cats don't realize how fat they are?
I agree.
Especially when they jump on you and you think,
Well, I tell you, and you're thinking, I'm going to die because she's so freaking
Fat.
hot and fat.
and it's like, yeah. Man, I left my slippers off. Oh well. Okay.
Oh
Boy, it's cold. It is cold out there with that wind blowing. So hope everyone has a wonderful New Year's Eve tonight. We usually go to our friends, but not today.
Too much going on with the weather.
Yeah, with the weather and everything.
I don't even know if they're back yet.
Yeah, they go to Arizona, so I don't know. But, we just, we haven't even, when we don't go, we've never really done anything on New Year's Eve. I don't see what the big deal is. And I hate that stupid song, Old Lang Syne or whatever that dumb song is. That song irritates me.
A-L-D.
Huh?
The Auld Anxiety.
Well, whatever it is, I hate that song. That, to me, is the most depressing song. They play it, we watch MASH every night, and there's that one, War for the Seasons is that episode. Oh my God, it drives me nuts listening to that song. I just don't, it's just such a depressing. I don't know if it's not necessarily the words, I don't think, it's just the tone of it. To me, it's very, yeah. Let me pause the video. Okay, I'm going to do this video one way or another. It may be a little longer, but I don't want to do another video. So it's going to happen.
On the cover, you have another video to make.
Yeah, I mean on the cover. I really don't have to do another video on this cover. So, like I said, you guys saw how I did this last time, but might as well just do it real quick. Yeah, the wind's really starting to pick up there. Oh, I did sew a seam around the edge of it to get it squished down. Boy, that made a big difference too.
Oh, it's probably
What?
my water.
Yeah, I think it might be actually. Okay. Binding these just a little bit. I love how the binding looks, but yeah, it is a little bit of a kind of a pain at times, I think. But I do like the way it looks. It's makes it looks very finished. I still gotta do the back, but that way I'm not letting my glue dry. Before I'm trying to do the other side of it. Trying to make sure it's about even, I mean, it's gonna fluctuate. I don't think there's any way to not to fluctuate, but do my best to kind of keep it from doing that at least. So, okay, that's about right there. Yeah. Okay. So let's start here. Since I started on the end of that, this one's gonna be drier probably. So and I am glad I'm going with my thread choice of the green on top and the cream color or white. I think it might be white. I don't know. On the bottom, on the back. It's wider in the back, so I think that will be a better choice than doing a green bobbin also. I think it will tie everything in a little bit better. So I will more than likely double seam this, but I will know more when I start. Yeah, Nora from Texas, isn't she? Yeah, Nora's in Texas, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe she is.
She is, yeah.
I need to talk to her.
Yeah, I know she's not feeling very good, so imagine the weather is not very good for a lot of our viewers that suffer from.
Well, and sis, that's one thing.
Yeah, sis is, she has psoriatic arthritis, and she's been having a heck of a time with the weather. No, with me, weather really doesn't, as far as, doesn't make me hurt like anymore. But when it's hot, it just takes all my, zaps all my energy. But as far as like feeling in the cold coming in, storms coming in, I don't really have that. Sis does. She knows pretty much when there's a storm coming. So, yeah, it really affects her. And I know Nora's also suffering a lot. So, hi Nora, if you're watching, we love you. Chelle will check in on you. But yeah, I feel for anyone that hurts all the time. I was doing okay this morning, and then I twisted or something, and now my back's really bad again. I just thought to myself, I would just love to have one day without being in pain constantly. That would be so nice, just one day. I'm not asking for much. Oh wow, and look.
Oh, it's adorable.
Like that?
I love it. Good job, Daddy-O.
I think that's gonna really,
What do you guys think? Isn't that cute?
I think that's gonna really,
You have to fold that down or something, won't you?
oh yeah.
Adorable.
Well, I've only got one side glued. I'm doing one side at a time, so
Oh, I see what you're saying.
it's easier for me to do it that way. So yeah, so Chelle's got to work on Gracie's picture
Oh, that's easy.
to do. Gotta find me some white fabric. I know I have some to make the. Also want to. The next video, guys, I'm probably gonna go ahead and do just fabric flips. I want to do one for this or something for this, but also for the Cardinal Journal. Gonna end up doing a couple flips for it, so I'm gonna try and do them all at the same time. That way I can get CINTF done, get crap I need to finish done. That way I don't have to stress about it. So. Be nice to have some of that off my list, my to-do list. And I'm supposed to be working on another cover. Right, baby doll?
Well, you don't have to do that. I can, but yeah, we need another one.
So,
A few of them, because I want to do some pink and lacy ones.
yeah, so got a few things on our cover agenda. Still need to do a sign for this book. I'll do a video on it. I don't know. I was going to have Gracie's name, of course. Can't have that. I thought about having Princess Gracie, but I can't bring myself to say that. So,
Really?
yeah, so I don't know, I was thinking of The Life and Times of Gracie. I don't know. I think it's funny and a bit cute, It's a little wordy, but, or nerdy, I guess. It's all in the way you look at it, guys. But I think it would be cute, so. Oh, good. Boy, I'll tell you what, guys, I was beginning to wonder if I was going to have enough fabric there. It looked like I was going to. No, but I'm not. I did not. I forget this cover is 2 inches bigger than the normal cover is. But I think that's kind of cute. The Life and Times of Gracie. This is a treasure journal, not a junk journal, guys. I'm not a big fan of the word junk journal. To me, they are treasure journals, and that's... Oh, man. Oh, well. Here we go. Kind of felt something was rough right there when I was doing that. that's alright, since I haven't even begun to do that sign. I don't know, I understand what a junk journal is, but I don't know, there's something about that. To me, they're not junk journals whatsoever. To me, they are treasure journals, and they're meant to be cherished, I think. Especially if someone puts love in it, you know.
Are you talking to me?
No, I was talking to them. You know. She's got her headphones in. She don't listen worth diddly. Be sure I get that. But yeah, so that's what is going on today. So the post office is open today, right? It's closed tomorrow. It's alright. Ended up sanding some more ink blenders yesterday. Got a bunch sanded. Well, 3 carved and sanded. Wow, man, that wind's picking up. Great. I hate the wind so much. I don't mind cold weather. I really don't mind cold. But man, when that wind blows and it really does go to your bones. I've worked in cold so much, so for so many years now, it don't really bother me. That's one thing, you know, when you're a utility worker, whether or not you're what I do, or especially like a lineman, you know, power lines. I tell you, them guys are incredible. And if you have never, yeah, they are incredible. What linemen work in, it just blows a person's mind. So if you haven't ever thanked electric companies linemen, you really need to do it next time you see them working out in horrible weather, because they are tough as nails. I've been blessed. I haven't, you know, I'm usually pretty, I'm not usually out in it too terribly long. Have been, but for the most part, I'm usually get what I need done and then get back in the car. So, but yeah, it's incredible. It's off a little bit, not worried about it. Okay, almost done, guys. See, okay, I did not. I sure do love these pins. They sure are nice, or not pins, but the clips are sure a joy to work with, I tell you. I like that they have the flat edge too, because that's perfect for doing something like a binding, to have that edge flat, you know. Oh, I love that binding. I think that really sets it off. I think that's very, very pretty. I'm still going to leave this edge pin and I'll start. Okay. Okay. Oh, I am going to do 1/4 of an inch this time. I don't really need to do 1/8 of an inch. So I tell you, having this seam guide is so nice. Did I? Did it? No, it didn't. Oh man, that dang thing, when it goes up, it sucks that thread back through the thing. It's such a pain. Oh, come on. Dang it. Whoops. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Suck my stupid bobbin thread into my needle thread. Okay. How in the world? There we go. Oh. So this way, that way I won't have to stress about my thread. Some of it really can stick down. I think I put the glue too close to the edge, but it will be fine. Somehow I missed that piece, didn't I? And here. That's all right. Wouldn't need to worry about so much if it wasn't a hand crank sewing machine, because it just, that's really where makes it so hard to use, you know. If you have two hands to control, it makes life a lot easier. I'm only going to do one seam on this, guys. Still got to put a closure on it. Chelle has a plan for that. That's not my department this time. What?
What part?
Closure.
Oh yeah, I do. I'm thinking it over.
She's thinking it over, so I think that's her department this time. But we'll see. She has a bad habit of volunteering me things for me to do, so I might get wrangled into it, which is alright. It is her Christmas present, but I liked her idea. Ow, my iron's still a little warm there. guys, the ones that you sew, guys, have you guys ever got your finger with the needle? Just wondering. Oh, it froze. Hopefully it's recording. It is what it is. Yeah, I've gotten it once. It wasn't horrible. Didn't feel very good, and I didn't catch the whole thing. I managed to just catch the very tip of it. So it really wasn't too bad. I'll go ahead and back stitch now that I can. Oh, crud.
What happened?
I'm out of thread. Guys, I'm calling it good. Let me show you. That's what it looks like. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm not out of thread. Whoa. Man, it really messed it up. Huh. Wonder what happened. That's an interesting dilemma there. Look at that. I have a bird's nest. I went all the way around and thread didn't even. So, oh well. Guys, this is what it looks like, except for that thread right there. So, this is what it's going to look like. I'm calling it good for the video. I'm going to sew this. It's going to have a 4-inch spine, so it's going to be quite a bit thicker. But that's what she's going to look like. Honey Bunny's cover. So, let me work on my dumb sewing machine real quick. Guess I shouldn't. Yeah, but guys, please give the video a thumbs up and please hit the subscribe button. Thank you again for being our YouTube family, and I will show this cover completed in the next video. Once again, please keep those fire victims in your thoughts and prayers, but no one has died yet, so they say it could happen. Just there was like 35,000 evacuees. So it could happen, but so far no one has perished. So that's a true blessing. But yeah, please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you for visiting. Hope you guys have a great day. Tutzines.
Sorry.
Dang it. I thought I ran out of bobbin. Wait a minute. Oh. Now I know what happened. I wound it wrong.